This week we're going to start in algebra with polynomials and probably work with those for the rest of the year. An expression in which the sum of the terms, you're adding or subtracting the terms, and the terms will look like a number in front of an x to a power, in which k, a x to the k power, where k is a positive integer, is called a polynomial. Poly means many, okay? Nomial is for the terms. So we have many terms here. Example of a polynomial would be 5x cubed plus 7x minus 3. Okay? When we put these in standard form, a standard form for a polynomial, the terms are placed in descending order. That means that they're going to go down according to the greatest degree to the smallest degree. Now, this kind of is in, here is our degrees. Our degrees are our exponents. This term has a degree of 3. This one has a degree of 2. This one has a degree of 1, even though there's not a 1 written there. And this would be an x to the 0 power, because anything to the 0 power is 1. So this has a power, this has a degree of 0. The degree of each term of a polynomial is the exponent of that variable. Okay, so each one, this is the degree. Now, when you're putting this in standard form, then you put these as going down. Here's the 3, the 2, the 1, and the 0. And if a term has a 0 for its coefficient, then it will just not be written. The coefficients on this are 2 and 7 and -5 and 3. The 2 is called the leading coefficient because it's the one in front when you put this in standard form. Now, that gives you some terminology. We'll be going over some of that terminology again. The degree of 6x squared is 2 because the x has an exponent of 2, so its degree is 2. The degree of 5, there is no x, so its degree is 0 because that is x to the 0 power. The degree of 4x, that x has a power of 1, so this degree is 1. The degree of the polynomial is the biggest exponent of its terms. So when we look at this polynomial, we have x to the 5th power, x to the 3rd power, x to the 2nd power, and x to the 0 power. The largest degree here is 5, so this polynomial has a degree of 5. On 9x squared minus 4, it has a degree of 2 because the largest exponent we have is 2. 8 is called a constant because it doesn't have an x, and it has a degree of 0 because there are no x's. When a polynomial is written in standard form, the coefficient of the first term is the leading coefficient, which we described up above. Now we're going to write a couple of these in standard form. To write it in standard form, we start with the largest exponent. The largest exponent here is the 4. So we're going to write 6x to the 4th power. You can use a highlighter and highlight these once you've written them down so you don't miss something. Now, what's our next exponent? It's 3 as it's going in descending order. So we have, and there's a plus sign in front of that because it's positive. So it's plus 5x to the 3rd power. And then, of course, we have our plus 9. On the next one, to put it in standard form, our highest exponent is 5. So we write down the 2x to the 5th power first. The next one would be the 2. So we have minus 3x squared. And the last one is the exponent of 1. So we would have plus 4x. Now we have two different terms that we use with polynomials. One, we classify them according to the number of terms it has. This one right here has 3 terms. 5x cubed, 6x to the 4th, and 9. That's 1, 2, 3 terms. The terms are what are added or subtracted. This one has also 3 terms, 4x minus 3x squared plus 2x to the 5th. If there is only one term, then it is monomial. M-O-N-O, meal. Okay? If it has exactly 2 terms, then it is like a bicycle has 2 tires. It is a binomial. And if it has 3 terms like a tricycle has 3 wheels, it is a trinomial. After that, they gave up on trying to give them all of terms. So now, this, notice, is more than. If you have more than 3, that means if you have 4 or 5 or 6, then the terms, it is called a polynomial. It has many terms. I will continue with this on the next page of the notes in another video. Thank you.